we're just going to come onto our backs. So bring your back onto the mat and bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. So we're working into the hips. And just gently bring the hands to rest on the belly. Close down the eyes and soften the face. So we're going to spend a few moments just coming into the breath. So we're going to breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4. So just coming into the breath. Just notice how your body's feeling today. Just be mindful of any pains, any injuries, any aches that you may be experiencing. As you breathe in, feel that belly rise, pressing into the hands, drawing the fingertips away from each other. And as you breathe out, gently drawing back towards the mat. So we're going to inhale to lift and exhale to lower. I'll just keep an eye out in case anyone else joins us. And we're going to slowly move our awareness to the side of the ribs now. So take the hands there if that's comfortable. And as you inhale, just feel the rib cage expand, pressing into the hands away from the midline. And as you exhale, gently drawing back in. So inhale to create that space. Exhale to release. And maybe take that breath up to 5 or 6 if that's available to you. And as you inhale, get a sense of inhaling all the way in, pausing at the top, and exhaling all the way out. You sometimes forget about the exhale, so make sure you breathe all the way out, really clearing the lungs. We're going to slowly move our awareness to the chest and the shoulders now. And as you inhale, feel that chest lift and the heart open as the shoulders move away from the midline. And as you breathe out, gently lowering back towards the mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And we're going to slowly move our awareness now to the whole body. So see if you can get a sense of looking down at yourself. And as you inhale, feel like you're breathing in through the whole body. And as you exhale, you're exhaling out the whole body. So we're inhaling to lift and exhaling to release. And at any time during the practice you feel your mind drift or wander, just gently draw it back to the breath as many times as you need. You're going to take one big inhale, exhale. And slowly on the next inhale, you're going to draw the knees in towards each other. So take your time, you might feel it in the hips. I'm going to bring each knee into the chest and give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. So just take care of the lower back. We're going to come to stillness. So we're going to inhale as we lift the forehead to the knees. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift. Take the arms up, shoot the fingers away. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Start engaging the core here. And release 1 more time. And release. So we're going to slowly bring the feet to the mat. And just check that you can brush the heels with the fingertips. I'm going to bring the arms to the side. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the hips up, coming into bridge pose. So try to keep the knees towards each other. So engage those inner thigh muscles if you need to. Lift those hips. Press the feet into the mat. Engage the quads. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Let's take 1 more inhale. And exhale as we gently release back to the mat. Just take a moment. Just notice how you're feeling. I'm going to bring the arms to the side. And we're going to shoot the feet up into the air. So press the feet towards the ceiling. So we're just going to flex the toes towards the face, opening up the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. I'm going to point the toes and flex. Point and flex. So just take your time and take a few rotations in both directions. And feel free to curl the toes in towards the balls of the feet and flex and curl and flex. Just opening up. We're going to open the legs out wide. Take your time. Breathe in, breathe out. So don't worry how far you go. We're just doing this practice with honesty. See if you can find a little more space. Take them out a little bit wider if it's available. I'm going to bring them together and open. And just go through a few of these with your own breath. Take 1 more out wide and slowly come back to center. And just gently hug the knees into the chest. And just take another little rock and a little hug. So we're going to do a little bit on the abs now. So we're going to shoot those legs back up, bring the arms to the side, and we're going to slowly lower the feet towards the mat. You don't have to go all the way down. Just find your point and lift. Just pressing the legs in towards each other. This is really working the lower abs. So hopefully you should feel it. You may want to put a hand there just to check that you're really engaging those lower ab muscles. Just work through with the breath. And just take it over to the left, so working into the obliques, the side abs, and take it over to the right. Try not to lean on your arm too much. So if it means you don't go too far, then you don't go too far. That's entirely fine. Just take a couple more leg raises. Slowly hug the knees in. Just give yourself a nice little squeeze. I'm going to slowly bring the feet back to the mat. And just check that you can brush the heels with the fingertips. Take a deep inhale. Lift the hips up, coming into bridge pose. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can lift the leg up, but just make sure you're not dipping the hips. And release, and let's go the other leg. And release. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale to release. Gently coming back to the mat. We're going to do a little bit more on the abs. So we're going to work the obliques again this time. And we're going to do the heel touch. So we're going to come over to the right, lift the chest off, touch the right heel. Come all the way back through center, over to the left. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. And we're going to keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And slowly come back to the mat. So you should be feeling it. Gently draw the knees in. Nice little squeeze. And slowly come back to the mat. Arms to the side. Take a deep inhale. Lift up into bridge pose. So we're just stretching out for a few seconds. Take a deep inhale and exhale to release. We're going to do one more abs exercise. So you notice your pelvis will naturally tilt and you'll have that gap just beneath the lumbar spine. So we're going to tilt the pelvis the other way. So tilt it towards the belly. Feel that lumbar spine pressing into the mat. So it might feel quite weird. It might feel quite nice. This may be where you want to be. That's fine. If you want to go deeper, you can lift the legs off, lift the chest off, and keep that lumbar spine pressed to the mat. So we're working into all the abs here. You can straighten the legs. You can float the legs. Bring the arms behind you. Your choice. And let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just take a couple of breaths. I'm going to set up to go again. So tilt that pelvis again and make sure you check yourself when you're holding this pose and actually work the abs to press that lumbar spine into the mat. Let's lift off one more time. Take your variation. You can pistol grip the fingers, float the legs side to side, up and down. But just check your lumbar spine, press it into the mat, and let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So hopefully you're feeling the abs working and engaging here. Let's take a few breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth, just a couple of times. And let's set up one last time. So tilt that pelvis again towards the belly. Feel that lumbar spine and just take your variation. Inhale, lift off. I'm going to hold it here. Keep it pressed. Engage the abs. And let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And just hug it in. Nice little squeeze. Bring the feet to the mat. Bring the arms out wide. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, just lift the hips and rotate yourself over to the left. So we're twisting over to the left, working into that right side body. And just take the neck wherever you want. Feel that breath all the way in, all the way out. And just imagine that right shoulder blade drawing towards the mat. So if I was physically there, I'd probably help you by pushing you further into the pose if you wanted me to. Maybe place a hand on the outside of that right thigh just to draw it further out. Feel that breath all the way through that right side body. So nice and big. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale. Gently coming back to center on the next inhale. And just check yourself, see how you're feeling. Bring the arms out again. Take a nice deep inhale. Lift the hips. Exhale. Let's twist over to the right this time. So it might be different on this side. We're often a bit looser on one side or a bit stronger on one side as well. Again, option to take hold of that left leg and just draw yourself deeper into that chest. And see if you can find any more space with each inhale. And take one more deep inhale. Exhaling all the way up. And slowly coming up on the next inhale. So just take a moment, see how it feels. You're going to draw the knees in and just rock from side to side. Nice little massage with the lower back. And we're going to take a nice big stretch. So bring the legs out, take the arms up over the head. Point the toes away, shoot the fingers away. And in your own time, just roll over onto your front. We're going to do a quick counter pose. We're going to press the tops of the feet into the mat. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And as you inhale, we're just going to lift up into our up dog. So this is just stretching the abs a little bit. Just breathe with it. So you want the wrists to be below the shoulders. So just check your alignment if that's safe for you to do so. Slowly lift the hips up. And we're going to come into our tabletop position. So come into your all fours. Hands spread out nice and wide. Wrists below the shoulders. Knees below the hips. And we're going to take our cat-cow breaths. So we're opening up the spine. So we're going to inhale as we tilt the pelvis away from the belly. Draw the belly towards the mat. Bring the shoulders in towards the spine and take the gaze up. As you exhale, draw the pelvis towards the belly. Draw that belly up towards the sky. Round the shoulders away from each other. Take the gaze down. Just work through a few of these with your own breath. Try to avoid those natural hinge points. So we sometimes pinch at the base of the spine. So maybe place a hand and see if you can just round it a little bit more. Create a little bit more fluidity. Imagine someone's walking their fingers up and down the spine. I think these poses are pretty good if you sit at a chair or you work in a desk. Or maybe even if you're at your piano, I don't know how lively you get, maybe a bit more lively than me at my laptop working from home. It was quite nice. And add a few little sideways movements if you need to. Maybe try and do both sides, so just working both sides. Just slowly take a couple more, and we're going to come back to our neutral spine. And we're going to take that right arm, we're going to reach it out in front of us, so draw the fingers away, and we're going to bring that left leg up as well. So try and line up the hips, so we're engaging the core here. If you want to go deeper, you can bend that left knee and take hold of the left foot with the right hand and take the gaze behind you. And as you inhale, press that foot into the hand and lift. Just work with the breath. Take one more inhale and release. And slowly come back to the mat. Just give that left wrist a little rotation, a little massage. It's a bit heavy on the other side. And we're going to straight away move to the left side. So shoot the left fingers out, reaching forward. Option to take that right leg out this time. Line up the hips. So you might need to internally rotate that right hip. Option to bend that right knee and take hold of the right foot this time. And inhale as you lift and lengthen. Take the gaze back if it's comfortable on your neck, of course. Take one more inhale and exhale to release. And just sit back on the heels and we're going to work into the toes. And just take a few moments to rest the wrists, stretch the wrists, any other little movements that you need to do. Just rotate the wrists in both directions. Nice. And slowly come back. Bring your hands to the mat. And this time we're going to bring the forearm down. And take hold of opposite elbows just to check that you're roughly shoulder distance apart. And we're going to take hold of the hands, just clasp them at the front. We're going to do some dolphin push-ups. These are quite strong. You can take variations of these. We're going to inhale as we lift the hips up. So you're kind of coming into a dolphin dog. This might be enough. You might be happy with this on the shoulders. If you want to go deeper, bring your whole body forward as if you're kissing the mat in front of the hands and lift up back to your dolphin dog. So just work through a few of these. Your version, you don't need to go all the way down if you don't want to. Breathe with it. These are good poses for the shoulders. They're good if you're working towards inversions like handstand or headstands. Just take 2 more wherever you are and slowly drop the knees and bring yourself into child pose. You can bring the knees out wide if you want to sink the chest a little deeper. This might be quite nice for the shoulders. On the next inhale, we're going to lift up, press the hands into the mat, tuck the toes in, lift the hips, coming into your downward facing dog. So just pedal the feet, bend the knees as much as you need to. We're going to inhale, we lift the heels away from the mat, exhale to lower. Now we're going to take 3 lines breaths here. So when you exhale, just stick the tongue out and let it go. And you want to be drawing the shoulders away from each other. So try to externally rotate the upper arms. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale. We're going to take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands. And we're going to walk the feet towards the hands. So just come into your forward fold for a few moments. So just hanging out here. Just relax the back. Bend the knees if you need to. We're going to swing it out, shake it out. Nod the head, shake the head. And just find your point. So whether the fingers reach the big toes, the mat, the shins, the knees, the thighs. Just take hold of whatever's available. And as you inhale, just lift the chest and straighten the arm. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release. And on the next inhale, we're going to come all the way back up to standing. Take that hand all the way up. Come onto the tiptoes. Nice big stretch. And exhale to release. And let's just take a few shoulder rolls here in both directions. We're going to come into our mountain pose, Tadasana. So you can bring the feet together or you can have them hip distance apart, whatever works for you. Lift the toes up, spread them out and place them back on the mat. So you should see the feet really becoming bigger and more open. And bring the shoulders away from the ears and bring the arms to the side. Nice neutral tailbone. And imagine someone's drawing you up from the crown of the head. So nice and tall, keeping the chin a little bit tucked in. And don't be afraid to hear your breath. We're going to inhale to float the arms up. Take the gaze to the hand. Exhale, we fold forward from the hips towards the mat. Inhale, we lift up halfway. So fingertips or shins. As you exhale, place the hands on the mat, step back with the right, step back with the left. We're coming into our plank pose. So just check your alignment. If you're dipping, engage that core to get that lift. Nice and strong. Draw the heels away from the body. Let's take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to lower down. So we're going to bend the elbows towards the ribs. You can drop the knees to help you. And then we're going to inhale as we open up. Exhale, lift the hips up, coming into downward facing dog. Just take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. And we're going to step or walk the feet to the hands. We're going to inhale, we lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. We're going to inhale to rise. Float the arms up, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, come back to Tadasana. Take a couple breaths. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale to fold forward from the hips. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale as we lift and lengthen. Exhale as we step back into plank pose. So remember, shoulders above the wrists, nice and strong. Keep that core engaged, keep that slight lift. Take one more inhale. We're going to exhale as we bend the elbows through our chaturanga as we inhale to open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that right leg in the air. Flex that foot nice and big. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the right foot between the hands. We're going to drop that back knee. Lift the right arm up. Nice twist over to the right. And exhale to release. Just bring the hands onto that right knee. And we're just going to work into that back hip flexor. And bring the bum back towards the heels. Lift the right toes up. We're working into the right hamstring. Support the body with the hands. And coming back. Bring the hands to the inside of that right foot. Lift onto that left heel, coming into a side lunge. You can support yourself here, or you can bring the hands to prayer if that's available. And we're just going to walk ourselves over to the left. So just reverse that motion and end up framing that left foot this time. Drop the right knee. And we're going to come into that left knee this time. So we're working into this back leg as well. And bring the bum back towards the heels. Lift the left toes off the mat. And slowly come back to frame that left foot. Bring the hands to the inside of that left foot and come into a side lunge on this side now. And again, option to release the hands. It's your choice. And we're going to come all the way to the right, all the way to the left. And one more time over to the right. And this time we're going to frame the right foot. And we're going to bend the elbows, tap the left toes under as we shoot the right leg up into our three-legged dog. Take a deep inhale and exhale to release. Let's take one more inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. And we're going to step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, nice and tall. Exhale, come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's take two big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale to rise. We're going to exhale to fold. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale as we step back with the right, step back with the left, coming into plank pose. So check your alignment, take a deep inhale, exhale to lower, elbows nice and strong in towards the ribs. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that right leg in the air again. This time we're going to exhale. We're going to bend the knee, bring the right foot between the hands. And we're going to keep that back knee lifted. We're going to inhale and shoot up into our low lunge. And nice and strong. Length it through the upper body so we're not sinking. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, sweep the arms behind you, lean forward into your arrow lunge. Try not to collapse onto that front knee. So this is a nice strong pose. We're going to inhale, come back into your low lunge and arrow lunge. Inhale to lift. Hold it here, take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to frame that front foot. Remember, press the hands into the mat, bend through the elbows as we shoot back into our three-legged dog. Take a deep inhale and exhale to release. We're going to take 3 lion's breaths here. Take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands. You're going to step, walk, or float. If you want to float, bend the knee, lift the hips up, and float forwards. We're going to inhale, we lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Gaze to the sky. Exhale, come back to Tadasana. Take a few breaths. We're nearly there. We're going to come through the other side and we're just going to do a few little closes and work our way towards the mat. So just check how your body's feeling. Check that you're still working with your breath. The inhale to rise. Exhale to fold forward from the hips towards the mat. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale, as we step back into plank. Let's take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, let's lower it down. Bend the elbows in. If you want to drop the knees first, you can drop the knees, but make sure you're not sort of cheating. You're still working the upper body. We're going to inhale, we open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that left leg in the air this time. And as you exhale, bend the knee, bring the left foot between the hands. If you need to take a few steps to get there, that's fine. Inhale, come into low lunge, nice and strong. Shoot the fingers up in the sky. Sweep the arms behind you, arrow lunge. Try not to lose the bend in that front knee. Inhale to lift, come back into your low lunge. And arrow, hold it here, nice deep inhale. Exhale, lift up your arrow, your low lunge, sorry, one more time. We're going to exhale to frame that front foot, bend the elbows, shoot back, three-legged dog, and exhale to release. Let's take one more inhale. As you exhale, gaze between the hands. Step, walk, or jump, feet to hands. We're going to inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Take the gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, come back into Tadasana. Take a few breaths here. Yeah, we've got about 7 minutes to go, but we did start a couple minutes late, so if you're okay with that. So just take a few breaths here. Now we're going to come into chair pose. So you can keep the feet together, we can bring them a little bit further apart. But remember to be grounded through the feet. And we're going to inhale as we dip the hips and sweep the arms up ahead. So we're coming into chair pose. Try and keep the knees in line. And try to zip in through the midline. So not sticking out the bum. Nice and strong. You can come onto the balls of the feet if you want to go a little bit deeper. We take the hands to heart center. As you take a deep inhale, exhale as you twist over to the right. So take hold of that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Don't pull yourself into it too far. Just check your knees are in line. Take a nice deep inhale and gently come back to center. Slowly bring the arms out again. Let's take a nice low chair here. Take a deep inhale and exhale to fold. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale as you press the hands into the mat, and we're going to come back into plank pose. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, remember, lower it down. Drop the knees if you need to. Float that chest up. Upward facing dog. Downward dog. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. Step, walk, or float, feet to hands. We're going to inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, come back into Tadasana. We're just going to do the other side. Take a few breaths. So remember, adjust the feet if you need to. We're going to come back into chair pose. We're going to inhale as we dip and sweep. So remember, you can add variations if you want to come onto the balls of the feet. You take hold of opposite elbows and pull up through the tricep, your choice. And slowly bring the hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to twist it over to the left this time. So try not to go too deep. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Bring yourself back, arms out, nice and active. And exhale to fold. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale as we step back into our final plank pose. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, lower it down to nice and strong. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, down dog, the last down dog. I'm going to take 3 lines breaths here. Going to take one more inhale. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands, and we're going to step or jump through to seating. So just bring your bum onto the mat. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So just open them out like you're opening a book. And just keep a safe gap between the groin and the heel. We're going to inhale as we lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. Keep a straight spine for now. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale to fold. And when you're ready, slowly lift yourself up and draw the knees in towards each other and safely lower yourself onto the mat. So we're coming into our final pose. This is Shabnam pose, corpse pose. So just lay on the mat, bring the arms away from the body. So fill the gap and the space in the armpit. Squeeze everything from the feet to the thighs, to the glutes, to the core, to the chest, to the hands and the face. And exhale to release. And just relax here for a few moments. And we're just going to start deepening the breath. And we're going to start wriggling the fingers and the toes. And slowly rotating the ankles and the wrists. Just bringing a bit of life back into the body. We're going to slowly draw the legs towards each other and bring each knee into the chest one by one. Give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. And just take a couple of big stretches, anything that you need to do. And when you're ready, just slowly bring yourself to your comfortable seated position. So you can roll out to the side or however you want to come, just in a safe way. And just come to a nice cross-legged position. I'm going to keep the eyes closed and the face soft. You can bring the hands to rest on the knees, or you can bring the hands to heart center. We're going to end today's practice with 3 clearing breaths. So we're going to breathe in through the nose and we're going to exhale out the mouth. You can bring the thumbs up to the third eye if you wish. I want to thank you for a nice, strong practice. I want to thank you for joining me on this Sunday afternoon and trying the poses, and I hope you had fun. The inner light in me will always honor the inner light in you. Thank you for today's practice. Thank you, ladies. Cheers. I hope that was okay.
That was brilliant. Thank you.
Nice. Hopefully we'll do it next week, but it was only you two that signed up today. There were meant to be more people, so I don't know what happened.
No, that was, I'll tell you what, mate, I didn't realise our title wasn't everywhere.
I know, I was feeling it as well. It was mainly for me, really. Oh, no, brilliant. But I hopefully do. Is Sunday 1 o'clock a good time?
Perfect for me. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, I'll be there.
All right, perfect. I'll chat with Fran and we'll sort it out. Nice one.
Brilliant. Thank you
very much.
Great, lovely. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.